Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm giving you an update on my Function Health blood work results. I did a video after my first 2 blood draws. So as a female, I went twice, once on my period, once not on my period, and I gave you guys my review and what I thought about the whole platform, my experience with going and actually doing the blood work or the blood draw, and just my thoughts in where I was and where my biomarkers were. And now I have gone a few months after that and I have gotten my blood work done again. My labs were December 31st and January 7th. I went a week apart. Those were my first scheduled labs and I got all my results in. They trickle in, and then after just like 2 weeks or so, all of your results will be there, and then they'll put clinician notes in, and then you again revisit them, and this is all included in the yearly annual membership. In 3 to 6 months after that, you go and do retesting. So I went May 13th, so that was like 3-ish months after. So I have a total of 98 biomarkers. Those are the things that were tested within the first 2 labs, and then after, so for your 3 to 6 month like checkup, or want to call it revisit, I think it's around 65 or something. So it's not the full 98, but you do get a majority of your labs done again, so that you can just see where you are. So specifically the ones that I got, just got checked again. My biological age used to be 23 and now it's 27.6. I am actually 35, so changed a little bit. I also got some new blood. So in the blood category, there's 8 biomarkers, and then almost all of those were rechecked. So like hemoglobin, mean volume, all of those, like the red blood cells. Electrolytes, most of those were rechecked. The environmental were not rechecked, because in 3 months, I feel like your environment shouldn't change that much. Unless it does and you want that, you can always add that, I'm sure. And my cholesterol was all rechecked too. That was one of the markers that I was focused on, just because we're out of range, and most of them improved. So I was really excited to see that. I just started casually running, not doing it consistently, but here and there I'll run, and then each month we're running a 5K. And then I also started weightlifting, so I feel like that really played a role in that. And also just watching my sugar, like I could eat sugar all day long, and I really am being intentional and tracking everything that I eat right now, just so I can kind of manage that until it gets in the right range. I'm just gonna get until then. So anyways, the next one is immune regulation, and I'll have this, if it's not already up here, I'll put it on the side so you can kind of see what I'm talking about too. But immune regulation, all of those were rechecked, and I do have a inflammatory marker that got a little bit worse, I think. What was this one? Yeah, high sensitivity C. So we're trying to figure that out, and I think we kind of pinpointed, and I'll touch on it in a second. And then all of the other ones were pretty much the same, some a little improved, but overall this kidney, almost all of those were retested, and all of those were pretty much in range they were before. Liver biomarkers, I had one that was out of range, which is now in range. I was really excited to see that. I've been taking grass-fed sheep liver, and I've also been taking a couple of other Supreme nutrition products that I'll show you at the end of this. My metabolic were all good, like glucose and things like that, insulin, and then nutrients, those were all checked. I'm still low in the iron, ferritin, and that's your serves as the iron storage system. So I don't really know. I haven't really working on that or paying attention to that, but it's not super out of range. Well, where am I? I'm at 14, and below range is 16, so it's not like considerably out, and I've just kind of always been low in iron. So for nutrients, just the calcium was rechecked for that, and so that could remain or stayed like in range. Your pancreas, first test, you get a couple of those done. Those were not rechecked. Stress and aging, so cortisol and DHEA sulfate were not rechecked. Thyroid was not redone. All of mine were in range though. There is also a urinalysis, and most of them were rechecked at my revisit, but the one that kind of got worse was this leukocyte, which I'm not even sure. It explains it down here. So white blood cells, and if they're detected in urine, could be sign of inflammation. So we're thinking the inflammation marker in that kind of can. So I am taking a supplement from Supreme. and I will put that on the screen here. I can't pronounce it, but it's one that's for like UTIs or urinary tract issues. And I'm almost through the bottle, and I think I might just go to my regular doctor's office and do a urinalysis to see if that was cleared. And if not, we'll dive a little bit deeper, but I'm pretty sure, like I just have a feeling that's probably what that was. Okay, so action plan, this changed as well after my new results were in. So let's just look at that first. The foods, so my top 5 foods, the foods I like should really be intentional about incorporating into my diet are pasture-raised eggs, and then 4 different types of beans, for both fiber, I'm sure. And then if you hover over each one, it will tell you why it suggests that. So for example, the pasture-raised eggs says may help improve your LDL, ferritin, LDL medium, mean corpuscular, the MCHC, a bunch of things, all my cholesterol markers, and then the inflammation marker as well. So that is the foods, and then it also gives you a supplement action plan. I did not follow this the first time, and I'm probably not going to as well. I do have a multivitamin that I can start taking again if I feel like I need to. That's kind of, I take the grass-fed sheep liver though. It has a ton of different things in it, sort of acts like a multivitamin. But multivitamin for cholesterol is what it recommended, and then red yeast rice and ALA and biotin. So I don't know if I'm going to take any of those, but that was the action plan for supplements. Then here you can see the clinician notes, which this was really, really cool to see. So on one of your markers, it's an abundance of information, and then after all of your results are loaded into your dashboard, you'll have a clinician put notes into. So this was it's just a ton of info. You can kind of go on that, send that to your doctor if you want to, kind of tie it that way, or you can just go off what they're telling you. And your huge summary here, it'll also give notes on each category. So electrolytes, heart, all of the categories, they'll also give you a little note on each of those. And then I also really I like seeing numbers and seeing graphs and charts and like basing everything on this type of result. So I like seeing this. There's 83 in range, and then there's 15 out of range. So you can quickly go to those. And then 5 that are improving. So I had 5 that got better. A couple are still out of range, a couple of my cholesterol markers, but it was really cool to see. And so keep doing this throughout the years, or however long you decide to do it, your info will keep getting added into this, and you can see where you're measuring and all of the things. So I really love this. I love it. One, I don't usually go to the doctor's office. I don't go to like regular visits. Having this and using it as a tool is really big for me. And then also, if I do have some sort of issue that I do need to go into the doctor's office, I will have this to bring and compare. The ranges on here are different because I had my blood work done early last year, almost a year ago, and then I had this done in like December, and I could see the ranges and how they were different, and the doctor's office ranges are different. And I'm also reading the book Good Energy by Casey Means, and she has ranges in there, not for everything, but for the majority, like the main biomarkers, and her ranges are even smaller. And so don't just go to your regular doctor's office and say, oh, I'm good because I'm in this range. Really like dive into, especially if they're even close with those ranges, because it could be a bigger deal than it seems. So I like having this to compare. It's not the end all be all. Like I said, I will and use it as a tool, but I think it's so insightful, and especially in screening like early for things like seeing, like I have high cholesterol and I'm only 35. We eat pretty good comparably, and we're super active. So I had to tweak just the types of foods we were eating and the types of workouts that I was doing. So it's not even like, oh, I'm active, I'm fine. No, I'm active and eat well, and I have high cholesterol. So it's really eye-opening to see that, and to also see, okay, I'm making changes and they're improving. So it's really, I love it. I can talk about function all day. It's funny because when I got into essential oils, how I knew I was supposed to do it and supposed to become certified and all of the things is I could like talk about essential oils for days. Like I loved so much, and that's why I still talk about them in my other videos. But this is also one of those things. We have just really been like convicted, and we need to do better. We need to make better choices. We need to educate ourselves because everyone is sick. Everyone around us is sick. Overweight, cancer, diabetes, you name it, so many things. I would argue that more people are sick than not sick, or even if it's something minor, it's just all over the place. And so we've just been really intentional about eating well, making sure we know where we're at number wise, working out differently, and really just working with our bodies to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves the best that we can. If you have not heard of the book Good Energy, I will put just a picture of it here and a link down below. Every single person needs to read that book, not to just take every word and like that's it and like soak all, just have that to open your eyes to things mostly. Like there is so much wrong with a lot of things and how they're done in this country especially, and we just need to be aware of it and make better choices. So love that book. I love Function Health. Oh, and Casey Means talks about Function Health in the book. I was like, when I saw that, like I saw Dr. Hyman, he is the creator of Function Health. He's the doctor, but I saw he has a like little note in front of it. I'm like, oh cool, he read the book. But no, she talks about Function Health, this platform in there. She also talks a lot about glucose because sugar is just like, it's insane how much sugar we as Americans are consuming. In case you didn't watch my first video, you can go back and watch that. I'll link that, try to link it at the end of this video too. But Function Health was created by Dr. Hyman, and you can follow him on Instagram for a ton of really good wellness tips. But there is like an annual membership. So you pay $500 and you sign up to get labs done right away. They do the lab testing at Quest Diagnostics. So there was one within 20 miles from our house. It was super easy to go, fast, like just your blood, take your analysis and you're out of there. It takes like 10 minutes. Then within a couple of days and then a couple of weeks, everything starts to trickle in, and then you'll get your clinician notes. Like I said, I had 2 rounds to begin, and then you recheck them 3 to 6 months from your first one. And that's all included in your annual membership. So 98 markers are included total, and the recheck is like 60 plus. So like 3/4 of all of them. And then you can also add on, like a lot of my friends have signed up to and have added on like pre-cancer types of things. There's tons of different tests. Let me go through them really quickly. Okay, so there's tons of different heart tests. The MTHFR gene, I really wanted to add that. I might add that one on next time. I'm really thinking that I might have that going on as well with some of the other things. Thyroid, tons of different things. There's a multi-cancer detection test. There are 3 different prostate-specific antigen testing. There's autoimmunity, so tons of different ones. I don't know, like 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, like 24 maybe in that category. Immune regulation. Female health, pretty sure I did, most of those are included. There's male metabolic, nutrients, stress and aging, liver, kidneys, pancreas, heavy metals, blood testing, again, electrolytes, which that one was cool for me to see too, because I'm really intentional about electrolytes and making sure I don't just drink pure just water only, and use 2 different brands of electrolytes, and both times I tested, my electrolytes were perfect. I like Buoy and Cure, which are like a packet, and Buoy are the drops that you squeeze into your drinks. Urine test, a ton of different things. Brain health, and also have allergy and sensitivity tests that you can add on too. Sexual health, biological age, which that's included, bone health, environmental toxins, infections, which I haven't seen that one. So there's a bunch of different Lyme tests. Super interesting. A lot of people have Lyme and don't know it. And then neuron tests. All of this is on their website too, so you can just go on and check it out. When you sign up and become a member, you can get their app, and everything is loaded onto the app in your dashboard. That's what the screen rolls here are of, but super easy. It's just easy to use, so informative. Like there's an abundance of information. on every level of everything. Like that you're off on this because of this. Here's why. Here could be what you could do to help fix it, and things tie together because our bodies work together. It's just so more in depth than your just run-of-the-mill blood test that you're gonna get and like annually at your doctor's office. So if you're interested, I'll put the link down below. You have an access code with that link, so it'll let you sign up right away. There's no wait list or anything, and you can get started on getting your lab set up. So let me know what questions you have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.